Good morning, everyone. I'm Olga Villaverdi.
And I'm Amber Milt. Welcome to The Balancing Act.
Today, what you need to know when considering that you get the greatest benefit possible from your pharmacy when it comes to managing your health.
A natural way to take control of your fertility.
Plus, a new twist on the burger bun. Much more there, too.
Oh, yeah, and it all starts right now.
The burger bun. Our next guest was a particle physicist at CERN in Switzerland when her team made a discovery that led to the Nobel Prize in 2013. And if that wasn't enough, she went on to make a discovery that's helping women around the world. Joining me is Alina Berglund, the founder of Natural Cycles, a revolutionary app that tells women when they are fertile. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so many questions are going through my mind, but wow, impressive resume you have. First of all, congratulations. And tell me about this Nobel Prize. That's amazing.
Well, it was the most amazing experience in my life to be part of the team that discovered the Higgs particle at CERN. And nothing could ever beat that, and especially since it led to a Nobel Prize in physics.
And tell me more about what exactly it was.
So the Higgs particle is the last piece of the standard model puzzle, as we call it in particle physics, that kind of explains what the universe is, all the fundamental little pieces of the universe.
You must have been so proud to receive that. I could only imagine. And how did your focus then change to pregnancy planning? I mean, now we're doing a 180 here.
Well, it started from our own needs. I founded Natural Cycles together with my husband, who's also a researcher. And I needed a break from hormonal contraception myself because...
You were taking them for a while.
Yeah, and we knew that we wanted to have kids in a few years, and I thought I didn't want to go from hormones to hormones.
A lot of women are always worried about that.
Yeah, indeed, and maybe they should be.
Yes.
So I was researching what kind of natural birth control method there was on the market, and I didn't find any reliable or easy to use method. But I did discover that you can see in your body temperature when you are fertile and not, and when you ovulate. So I used my statistical knowledge from CERN, from particle physics, to develop an algorithm that analyzes the body temperature and explains when you are fertile and not in a reliable way.
So explain to me how it works. Walk me through this.
So basically how it works is that the woman wakes up in the morning and she measures the temperature in her mouth and enters the value into the app.
So she takes her temperature with a thermometer.
Yes, exactly. And then the Natural Cycles app crunches the number and analyzes her body temperature and fertility data and returns a red or a green day. So a red day is a fertile day. There's a risk of pregnancy.
So if you don't want to get pregnant, red means don't do it.
Yes,
but if
or
you
use protection.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if you get the green?
If you get the green, there's no risk of pregnancy and you...
Go for it.
Yeah, you go for it.
Now, I hear this, and the first thing I think of is, as a woman who took oral contraceptives way back when, I felt I could count on it. How reliable is this? Because a lot of people would be a little skeptical. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. And that's the most important thing, right? That it is reliable and it is effective.
Sure.
And therefore, we have performed several clinical studies to show that it's actually really effective. Our last clinical study was performed on 4,000 women that used the app to prevent pregnancies. And the results show that only 5 out of 1,000 women get pregnant in a year because the app gives the wrong green day. So it's actually as effective as the birth control pill.
And you're not putting any hormones in your body?
Yeah, so without the side effects and the health risks involved.
Did you use it, if I may ask?
When we were ready to plan for our first child, we were of course afraid that actually people wouldn't believe that our product works because we got pregnant. So we put it in advance on Twitter exactly what day we would try for the first time. It was our wedding anniversary, and it worked perfectly. Our daughter is born 9 months later, exactly.
And what's her name?
Alba.
Alba, beautiful name. Thank you very much. Congratulations to the Nobel Prize and to this and to really changing a lot of women's lives who are going to benefit from something like this and feel that now they're doing something on a natural way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And if you'd like more information about this app, go to naturalcycles.com, or you can always go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Do you love to travel? Because I know I certainly do. So I'm so excited for our newest feature, Travel Tips, courtesy of our friends at Video Globetrotter.
Here's today's weekly travel trivia question. Which country boasts 6 Nobel Prize winners, a coat of arms with an eagle, and is the world's largest exporter of amber? Is it A, Germany, B, Poland, C, United States? Stay tuned for the answer. The answer of today's weekly travel trivia question is B, Poland. The 9th largest country in Europe, the first woman Nobel Prize winner was born in Poland, Maria Sklodowska-Curie. And yes, just like the United States, its coat of arms bears the regal eagle. It's a nation with over 1,000 years of tradition and offers a multitude of opportunities, from cultural and historic journeys to delicious delicacies, from active adventures to relaxing spas. For more information on what to do and what to see in Poland, go to poland.travel or visit videoglobetrotter.com.
Hey, Olga, how's your olfactory system doing?
I knew you could ask me that. I'm doing great. It's doing fabulous.
Well, did you know that that's your sense of smell? Yes. And it can actually help you when it comes to car safety.
Really?
Who
Debbie
knew?
Marie is going to explain how.
Travel tips brought to you by Sunoco, on the racetrack or the road home. Sunoco, fueling victories every day.
There's an old saying, the nose knows. Well, when it comes to your car, your sense of smell can be an early warning sign to car problems. Number 1, the rotten egg smell. It could mean your car's catalytic converter is not converting exhaust fumes properly. So if it smells like rotten eggs, go see your mechanic right away. Number 2, the hot oil smell. This can mean your engine oil is leaking onto your exhaust system.
Stop your car in a safe location and look for oil on the pavement. If there's no sign of oil, but you're seeing engine smoke,
You could have an oil leak, so get it checked out. Number 3, the gasoline smell. It could mean you have a gas leak.
possibly in the fuel injector or the lines leading in, or the fuel tank itself.
Seek immediate help from a qualified mechanic. Number 4, the sweet smell of syrup. Well, there's nothing sweet about it when it means your car is leaking engine coolant.
It could be a sign of an overheated engine. Whether it's winter or summer, an overheated engine can lead to big problems, so get it checked right away.
Number 5, the smell of burnt rubber. This sometimes can mean loose fan belts or engine hoses. If something smells wrong, it's best to get it looked at as soon as possible. When you're traveling, stay safe. And remember, the nose knows.
And always keep your car's fuel and fluids topped off by stopping in at your local Sunoco A+ convenience store.
Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time. And remember, happy trails.
Travel Tips has been brought to you by Sunoco, on the racetrack or the road home. Sunoco, fueling victories every day.
Your pharmacy plays a critical role on your healthcare team, and your pharmacist is one of the most important members of that team. So how can you ensure that you get the greatest benefit possible from your pharmacy when it comes to managing your health? Joining us for a discussion this morning is Jim Farmer, president of America's Best Care Plus, and pharmacist Teresa Jackson. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Olga.
I'm so glad we're talking about this because, you know, I feel like nowadays I'm just a patient going to pick up my pills and nobody cares about me anymore, Jim.
Oh, I know. You have to take ownership as a patient of your health care, definitely.
And I know you guys are making a difference in kind of creating that personal relationship. And before we talk about that, Teresa, there are many questions as patients that we should be asking before we pick up the medications. And I want to share some with our viewers. So let's look at the first one. Ah, this one's huge. Money-wise, of course.
Sure.
Is there a generic version?
Right. It's important to know that and ask for that when you go to the pharmacy, because many times patients don't think to ask about that. And the pharmacist can help you with that information as to whether there is a generic available or not. Also, if there is a generic available, it's going to be the same active ingredient. So although it may look differently as far as the shape and the size and the color, the active ingredient is the same. Another thing to know is most insurance companies will require generic substitution if it is available.
Let's look at another one that's great to ask. Are there any major side effects or special instructions? Very, very important.
Very important. It's very important to know what you're taking and how to avoid some of the side effects. Your doctor may go over those with you, and the information that you get from the pharmacist, the monograph, it has a lot of information, but it can be overwhelming. And so the pharmacist can help you weed through that and help you to know what you need to know.
And this one is imperative. What if I miss a dose?
Right.
For example, if you're taking blood pressure, that's important.
It is very important. And it does happen occasionally for whatever reason. It's important to know what you need to do. And the pharmacist is a great resource for that, to tell you what you need to do in that situation.
Now, Jim, as the president of a mail order pharmacy, how is this technology and your company making a difference to kind of bridge that gap that I feel is lost between patient and pharmacist today?
So many patients now are looking to online or mail order pharmacies because it's more convenient. And in many cases, we're talking about patients and caregivers who live in the rural areas. I grew up in a small farming town. And, you know, there weren't a lot of resources around necessarily.
So getting to a pharmacy is almost impossible.
In many cases, that's true, yes. And so it's imperative that we're able to offer a service. Now, you know, my mother died at 48 from complications with COPD.
I'm so sorry.
So it's something we're very passionate about, caring for our patients. You know, if my mother had had better access, perhaps she'd still be around now. But, you know, again, one of those drivers for my passion for making sure we take care of our patients.
And one of the problems also, if I may tell you, is adherence, like having a patient stick to the medication and remember to take it. So how do you help?
Okay, that's a great question. And we assign a patient care team member to each one of our patients and caregivers.
Oh.
So these care team members will reach out to our patients on a monthly basis.
And remind them.
And remind them and make sure they're doing okay, because that's important.
And it is important because let me show you this stat and let me share it with my viewers. According to pharma.org, 2 million Americans use 3 or more medicines daily, with 75% of adults that are non-adherent in one or more ways, meaning they're not sticking to the medication. This economic impact of non-adherence is costing the U.S. $100 billion annually. Now that's amazing. So you're helping prevent that.
If you can't manage your medications, you're not going to live a healthy, full life. So we help in that regard, and by reaching out to that patient, like I mentioned earlier, and making sure they have all that they need as far as their Medicare.
Even information on the medication, the knowledge that they need to know?
Absolutely. Our patients ask questions of us that they ordinarily wouldn't take the time to ask their pharmacist locally, because we have a relationship.
And Teresa, if I may ask, as a pharmacist for the company, it's very personal. It almost becomes like a family.
Well, sure, yeah. Some of these patients look forward to that call each month, and then sometimes they'll want to speak to me or one of the other pharmacists, and a lot of times they just need us to listen to what they have to say. They're not really asking for any information they don't already know. They just need to know that someone cares.
And how can we trust if we're getting our prescription from a reputable company? Because that's really important.
It is important, and so it's so vital that our patients and caregivers research their pharmacy providers. When you're dealing with mail order or online pharmacies, you have to do your research. Make sure that that pharmacy is established. Make sure that they have the appropriate state licensure. Make sure that they're, if needed, in a Medicare beneficiary's case, make sure that they're certified by Medicare. But also make sure they're accredited. America's Best Care Plus is accredited by 2 accrediting bodies in the country. One is ACHC, which is a general health care accrediting body, and the other is PCAB, which is a compounding pharmacy accrediting body. Only 2% of pharmacies in the country are accredited by that agency, and we're one of those. So, you know, it's important to vet those pharmacies. Look, there's other research you can do as well. You want to look to see if those pharmacies have been the target of legal activity. It's very important. Also, if you get a phone call from a pharmacy soliciting your business, are they being super aggressive? That's not what you want. If they're being super aggressive trying to secure an order versus taking care of you as their customer, as their patient, then you probably need to look for another provider.
Thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate it. Jim, thank you very much as well.
Thank you so much, Olga.
And if you'd like to learn more information about America's Best Care Plus, go to americasbestcareplus.com. That's americasbestcareplus.com. or visit our website, thebalancingact.com.
And speaking of smells, well, I'll tell you, this one is certainly more appetizing.
Chef Rolf Pagano's in the kitchen with another quick bite.
Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Ralph Pagano, and this is Quick Bites. Today, it's gonna be epic. Maruchan ramen noodles and the hamburger come together in one bite sensation. You're gonna love it. And let me show you how it's done. Now check it out, this is how easy it is. Ramen noodles, they have this fantastic delivery system of so much food, flavor, and fun. I've already cooked up some noodles. I've got it right over here in my station. I'm gonna crack the eggs into my bowl. Whisk it around a little bit. Over here, I got one package of chicken-flavored ramen noodles. Well, you can use any flavor you like. You like the beef one, you like the pork one, I like the chicken one. Flip it in and mix it around a little bit. So I've got the eggs and the ramen noodle all mixed together right over here. I got the chicken flavor, I love it. Take a little bit of the noodle. You have your ramekin, you don't even gotta grease it up. Just go straight to the porcelain. Right in with your noodle. Watch how easy this is. Plastic wrap goes in on top of the noodle. And then can of soup goes on top of that. Press it down, pop it in the refrigerator, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, let it get settled. I've already got one over here. And check it out. This is what it looks like. So easy. I'm just gonna pop it out with my hand, like this. Ah! Gravity help. Into the pan, I've already got a little hot with some vegetable oil. Hear that little sizzle? That's gonna crisp up so nice. It's gonna be creamy on the inside, crispy on the outside. It's the perfect delivery system for your hamburger. Now, let's talk about dressing this hamburger up over here. I've already got a couple of ramen noodle buns ready to go. I've got a beautiful brisket, short rib, and chuck hamburger topped with a little bit of Gruyere cheese. To that, I've got some scallion. Now I got a fried egg I'm gonna put on top of it. I got a little bit of arugula for the pepper. Who don't like arugula? Put a top on it. Look at this burger. It looks absolutely amazing. Now check it out. For more great recipes, go to Maruchan.com or check out our website, thebalancingact.com. Remember, this has been a quick bite, but chew slowly.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's show, and time to say goodbye.
Remember, you can head to our Facebook page and our website, or you can follow us on Twitter because we've got lots more there.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.